Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm City of Laurel Communications Director Audrey Barnes. Thank you for joining us for this important community meeting. As you know, BGE has been working on a gas outage that has impacted hundreds of residents in the Laurel area since Thursday after water infiltrated the gas delivery system. Many of our residents are still without gas, hot water, and heat at this hour. We know that the timeline for getting the repairs made is critically important to our residents. So that's why we have gathered the experts together here in the Laurel Municipal Center to answer your questions one-on-one this afternoon. If you are at home and would like to come here and meet face-to-face with BGE, we will be here until 5 p.m. Our address here at the Laurel Municipal Center is 8103 Sandy Spring Road. So come and join us, meet face-to-face, and get your questions and concerns addressed personally here at the Laurel Municipal Center. In the meantime, we want to pass on the most up-to-date information to those of you who are in the audience with us today, and those of you who are watching at home and also on laureltv.org is another way to watch this broadcast. Before I do that, I would like to acknowledge Ward 1 Council Member Valerie Nicholas, who is here today. This concerns your ward, Valerie, so thank you very much for being here, Ms. Nicholas. And also Ward 2 Councilman Keith Sidner is joining us as well today to address this important community situation. Now let's get to Laurel Mayor Craig A. Moe. He is here to update you on this gas outage. We're going to just take a second to make sure that the lights are adjusted here. All right, live television, everybody. Mayor Moe, thank you.
What an entrance, huh? The lights go out. Thank you all very much for attending today's community meeting. And I first want to thank the members of the community. I know it hadn't been easy. We want to thank you for your patience. We want to thank you for being here today as well. The City of Laurel has been working very closely with BGE since we learned of gas outage roughly Thursday morning, or Friday morning, excuse me. BGE has been working around the clock to restore service to the Laurel community in the multi-block radius affected by the natural gas outage. To the men and women working to restore service, I know it hasn't been easy, especially with the snow, the cold, the heat, whatever, had a little bit of everything. So I do want to acknowledge them and thank them for their work and their continued work. I want to thank the community for working with us. Today is a day to ask questions as we break out when you hear from BG&E officials. So take the time to go to the tables and find out what's going on. I can say that BG&E has been keeping the city updated regularly. They've assigned a representative, Megan. I want to thank you and acknowledge you for all your work. You've been working directly with our city's emergency management, our Department of Communications, our director, as you heard, Audrey, to help provide the community with up-to-date information. And we've been doing that through either the social media outlets, through press releases, and in some cases, door knocking. And I know BG&E officials have been also communicating as well. We opened our Emergency Operations Center, and as well as other city facilities. Our Emergency Operations Center has been open. We've had roughly 30 calls from residents since we opened the center, and a lot of that was about where you could go to take some showers, and I'm going to talk about that again as we move forward. Today, we did open up the community center, the Robert J. DePietro Community Center over on Cypress Street. Tomorrow is President's Day. Our community centers will be open, and the Robert J. DePietro Community Center over on Cypress Street, 7901 Cypress, will be open as well at 9 a.m. For those that need to take showers. So that is available to you all. I want the residents to know, quite frankly, I'm very proud of the city staff that has continued to work with BG&E. Members of our city administrator's office, our Office of Emergency Management, as well as Department of Communications, our police department, our public works, and our Department of Park and Recreation have been working around the clock in some cases to continue to make sure that we work with the community, the information's getting to you, and in some cases assist you when need be. Again, I want to thank all of those. I also want to acknowledge and thank, I think, the Fire Department representative from the county is here, as well as the Department of Emergency Management in Prince George's County. We've been keeping them involved and updated, as well as the American Red Cross. So take the opportunity after BGE gives their overview to break into the tables and ask questions. City representatives will be here as well to answer any questions from the city standpoint. Thank you very much.
I'd like to introduce the community to Aaron Koos. He's the Director of Communications for BGE with an important update on the gas outage. Aaron?
Thank you, Audrey, and thank you, Mayor Mo. We appreciate the opportunity to be here today. We also want to thank our customers for your patience and understanding as we work through this challenging time. I'm going to walk through a quick sequence of events and some of the stats, and then, as Mayor Mo said, we're going to break into sessions over here where you see the folks with the green vests. They're hard to miss or not hard to miss. They can talk to you specifically around estimated time of restoration for specific areas. Everybody's estimated time of restoration is going to be different. What I will say, and I know this is the pressing question, is what's the overall estimated time of restoration? So right now we're under 400 customers. We started with more than 400 customers that were without gas service. We expect a good number of those customers to be restored tonight, but we do know that customers are going to be going in tomorrow and possibly Tuesday without gas service. It really depends on where you live, what section of the area that you live in, and the damage in that area. So I mentioned talking through the sequence of events. The first thing we had to do was stop the water. That occurred Thursday night into Friday morning when we were able to actually stop the flow of a gas main that broke and then damaged, a water main that broke and then damaged a gas main underground. We then had to go door to door and turn off 424 gas meters. You have to do that to seal the system and allow us to start pumping water and other debris out of the system. Then we began repairing the main in areas where it was damaged. Some areas of the main were filled to capacity with mud and sludge, rocks that were pumped in when the water infiltrated the gas main. Quite a large sections of main have had to be completely replaced. That's what we're doing right now. As I mentioned, we've also sectionalized the total area so that we can work in one section, get those sections up to speed, and restore customers as soon as it's possible for that section. We're working in all the sections simultaneously. Some are more damaged than others. Some have more water and debris in them than others. But what happens is by sectionalizing it, we can bring customers back up to speed when that section is completely clean and the gas can be pumped in. If we didn't do that, we'd have to wait every section of the main was completely finished before we would be able to restore everybody. Once we get the mains cleaned out, gas pumped into the mains in those sections, then we need to go door to door again with each customer. We will restore gas up to the meter. Then we will go into the house with customers to relight appliances, inspect relight appliances. When you get into a flooding situation like this, we haven't seen evidence of it yet, but do sometimes get water in the lines after the meter, which are the customer's lines and the appliances, and so we're going to inspect those as well. If there's water in those lines or the appliances, those will have to be tagged out of service until a plumber can take a look at that, make any repairs or cleaning that's necessary, and then restore the lines. Again, we haven't seen that yet, but it can happen in a flooding situation. And we do expect to do door-to-door relights starting tonight on a number of the areas that are currently without gas service. I also mentioned some stats. I just want to throw these out, and then we can break into the sessions over here to answer your individual questions. We've currently got about 230 employees that are working around the clock in shifts. You've probably seen them out there. We've also got 260 vehicles of various types, construction equipment that are out there helping us to get this done. We're pumping water out of the mains. So far, we've pumped more than 1,300 gallons out of the mains. So far, we're expecting that to go up. That also includes mud and rocks, as I mentioned, that were in the mains. And so I think that's the majority of what I have to say. Again, we'll answer your questions specifically around the sections that you're in. And again, I want to thank everybody for your patience and understanding as we've been working hard. We understand this is a major challenge to you without a gas service any time of the year, especially this time of year. And the residents of this area have been very accommodating and understanding so far. Thank you for that. Thank you for bearing with us as we take over your neighborhood with quite a number of vehicles and personnel. I hope to see that for what it is, which is us working as hard as we can to get. Thank you.
To all the residents that are here in the council chambers right now, please make sure that you sign up with BGE before you leave so we can stay in personal contact with you. So we need to get to your property tonight to get inside to relight you and restore service. We need to be able to contact you. So make sure that you sign up. Where's the BGE representative? She's got her hand up in the back of the room. Make sure you give your contact information so that you don't miss that important call that you've been waiting for since Thursday night. So let us make sure that we can stay in touch with you. The reason that we're breaking off into small groups is because there are individual concerns for different communities that are out of gas service. So once we break off this live broadcast, you're going to be breaking up to these small sections, and they're going to be talking to the people from Laurel Park Apartments, for example. You have a certain concern, and we're going to address those concerns individually. To members of the community that are watching at home right now, if you can get down here by 5 o'clock, we can answer your questions face to face. So come here and talk directly with BGE. I want to thank you so much for watching this live broadcast. Don't go far. We are going to stay in touch with you. Check out the City of Laurel government Facebook page. If you have Twitter and social media, we are on Twitter at City of Laurel, at Laurel PIO, which is me. We are staying in contact on Laurel TV, doing updates on digital signs and all kinds of social media outlets. We're sending press releases to your homes because we know how important it is for you to have the most up-to-date information. So once we are done with this broadcast, we're going to upload it to the Laurel TV official YouTube channel. That way you can share that link with anybody else, that your neighbors and friends that may not be home. Maybe they're out of town till Tuesday and don't know about this situation. Share that link so they get the latest information. Mayor Mo and Aaron, unless you have something else. Aaron has another word.
Just mention the BGE number to contact us is 1-800-685-0123. If you have any questions or concerns beyond what we're able to answer today, we should be able to answer your questions there. That's, again, BGE 1-800-685-0123. Thank
you. There's some residents that came in while we were doing this. We are breaking up into small groups, so we want to make sure residents come in, sign in, and make sure you ask your questions. Thank you.
So that will end this Laurel TV broadcast. Thank you so much for watching.